Let's go to this lengthy chapter, company accounts. Almost many standards in many chapters in Group 2 accounts, they are all lengthy. So, any case, company accounts has various subtopics, like you have accounting for employee share based payments, and then amalgamation, internal reconstruction, after that liquidation of companies. Like that you have various subtopics. As a chapter it is definitely big. So, let us now go to employee share based payment. Gone are the days where employees have only two types of payment. These days have gone, whatever we are going to speak now. Like employees, every year they will get something called bonus, and every month they will get salary, monthly salary, once in a year bonus or incentive. This kind of a situation is not there now. Dynamic environment today, very dynamic, very dynamic, and because of that what happens is employee share based payments as a model of incentive has come into existence. Now, what is employee share based payment? The other name for this in the context of income tax, it would be called as sweat equity. Company law, income tax and all, sometimes they name it as sweat equity, that is also almost similar. First of all, what is this employee share based payment? It is nothing but allotment of equity shares at concessional values to employees. Now, why the company should allot equity shares at concessional value to employees? Why should they allot? It is to retain the best talent. Today the real challenge to employer, if somebody tells you like unemployment, don't believe all those statements. Unemployment is not the problem. During your articleship training, you will be doing lot of company audits, definitely. Leave alone company audit, go to any audit environment and ask the employer. There will be somebody called the employer, you can locate easily, because our audit process is inclusive of your discussions with management. When you discuss with management, you inquire generally how the industry is. Definitely their conversation at some point of time will cover this aspect, like, sir, finding the right person is very difficult. Even if they find the right talent, retaining them is very challenging. Like that, they will put forth their thought immediately on this. So, if somebody tells you that there is unemployment problem, first don't believe. There is no unemployment problem. It is only finding the right kind of people, that is the problem. So, I hope you understand this point. So, in order to attract best people, apart from various other forms of incentive, this is one form of incentive given by many companies, very practical in that sense. Periodically many companies, including Reliance company, they issue employee share based payment. So, to simplify, it is nothing but allotment of equity share at concessional value. Who gives the concession, employer or company management? Why do they give the concession? That concession become an incentive to employee, so employees perform better. This is the idea. So, the share based payment can be equity settled, cash settled, or equity settled with cash alternative. What is equity settled? At the end of the scheme period, right, the company will allot equity shares at concessional value. If they allot at market price, there is no gain to the employees by way of acquiring shares from the company. They can go to the market and acquire that. So, the very purpose of having the employee share based payment is they have to gain something, and that is why, like rights offer, the price of the shares will be less than market price. The price of the shares will be less than market price. So, having said that, let us proceed to the next now. So, cash settled plan, there is another plan. Cash settled plan, at the end of the scheme period, the appreciation in the share price that will be paid in cash. Cash settled plan, equity settled plan, cash settled plan. Yet another third point, equity settled with cash alternative. That means what? The employee can get either equity share or cash, their choice. That is equity settled with cash alternative. Your share based payment can be any of these three. But one good news, for IPC predominantly our class work will revolve around only equity settled plan. So you can feel happy. Other two are awaiting your arrival in final. In final it is there. In final there is an Ind AS called 102, different story. Now our whole IPC accounting will be based on guidance note issued on SBP, share based payment, and employee share based payment. Shortly it would be called ESOS or ESOP. Now why employer should give concession? I told you some reason: to attract best talent, to retain all that. Apart from that, they can put other conditions also. If you want 1000 options, you have this profit target, you have this sales target, like that company can announce some targets. These are called vesting condition. We have some 4 important terms: grant, vesting, exercise, lapse. Grant, when they offer the stock option plan after due approval, wherever it is applicable. For example, in the case of listed companies, SEBI approval required. So after those approvals, if they announce the share based payment, it is like offer. If they offer the share based payment plan to the employee, we call it as grant. Vesting, it is the process by which employees become eligible to get the stock option. Exercise, when they use the stock option, employee get the stock option, but when they use only, company will allot shares. When they use the stock option, and if company allot shares, that is called exercise. What is lapse? Cancellation. Lapse is cancellation. The accounting treatment depend on whether all the 4 arise in the same year, like grant, vesting, exercise, lapse. If all the 4 arise in the same year, our accounting treatment will be different. If vesting period exceed 1 year, your accounting treatment will be different. We will see them in detail later. First, let us go to the basic aspects of employee share based payments. It is basically called employee stock option plan. This employee stock option plan is a plan under which company grants stock option to employees. Company grants stock options to employees, that is called employee stock option. Then next, it is an option given to sometimes directors. It is given to sometimes directors of the company, employees of the company, or its subsidiary, or holding company, or associate. See, if Reliance is having a subsidiary, let us assume Reliance Infra, like that one company. A CFO joins in Reliance Infra. The management gives the new CFO a choice. If you want, you can get Infra shares itself, or we will offer you our main company, Reliance Industries Limited share option. All assumption I told already. All these are assumptions. Then obviously the CFO would be interested in getting well established company share, Reliance Industries Limited. So like that it is. So stock option plan, option given to director or employees of the company or its subsidiary or holding company. The stock options may be given either to the employees of the concerned company It can be to the employees of the respective company or holding company or associate company. Associate company means in accounting standard 18 itself we have seen that. Associate company, a company in which the investing entity hold significant influence. What is significant influence? How we judge significant influence? Holding more than 20% of voting power. If they hold more than 20% of voting power, it is called 20% or more. It is significant influence. The significant influence give them power to participate in operating and or financial policy decision. It is power to participate in operating and / or financial policy decision. That kind of entity called associate. So, in associate also sometimes for the sake of associate they may give shares of parent company or vice versa. Associate company can issue on behalf of their parent company like that to purchase or subscribe the securities offered by the company at a future date at concessional price. I told you the offer can normally involve concessional element. That concessional element we will call it as fair value of option. Now comes a question, what is option? Because we use this word option. Option different, share different. Option is similar to right. It is not right. Rights issue you would have heard in group 1 accounts. Rights issue. Option is similar to right. Right different, share different. Option different, share different. Option is called derivative. It derives its value from underlying variable. You will do research in CA final about derivative in SFM paper. Time being you should know. Derivative is a financial instrument. It derives its value from shares. This knowledge enough today to handle things. So, that option is a right but not obligation on the part of employees to get equity shares of the company at concessional value. It is like participation of employees in the ownership of company, which would become a positive sign. It is like that. So, let us go to the next one regarding, so an option is nothing but a right but not obligation. It is a right but not obligation on the part of employees to get equity shares of the company at concessional value. Then next one, employee stock option plans are one of the most important tools to attract, encourage and retain employees. This is what I narrated in the introductory remarks as attracting the best talent in the industry. Today that is a big challenge. Choosing the right people is another challenge for the employer, for the management. For that first you have to find right talent. And second, we have to attract them towards the company, encourage them, retain them. For all this is one of the important tools. There are other tools as well. This is not the only mechanism by which they retain best talent. They can have a number of incentive schemes, but this is very important. That's the point. Then the employees are compensated with increasing equity interest over time. So when their equity interest increase, obviously they get return, dividend on their shares. So they will also strive for the profitability of the company. They will work in a motivated manner. They will also be interested in enhancing the profitability of the company, profit. For that sake, it is a very useful tool. It is an option given to directors, officers, employees of a company or its subsidiary. Already we have seen. It can be issued either to the employees or to the directors also. Now advantages of this ESOP. The short name for this, it can be called ESOP, ESOS, ESPP. These are different names which we will be using. ESOP, this means Employee Stock Option Plan. All this mean almost same. ESPP alone different. employee stock purchase plan it is called. Then comes ESOS. This is employee stock option scheme. Both are almost same, they are same. Then what are the advantages? It provides an opportunity to employees to participate and contribute to the growth. They participate in the ownership, in short, that is an advantage. Instead of feeling like employee, if they feel like owner of the company, obviously performance would be better. That is the idea. So the next one, stock options create long-term wealth in the hands of employees. At some point of time, the Infosys company's employees, they were all benefited by this model. Many of them gained a lot due to this stock option model. All of you might be knowing this company, which is very popular in the software. So they are important means to attract, retain and motivate the best available talent for the company. It creates a common sense of ownership between the company and its employees. The relationship in short, it become better is the idea with the employee stock option plan. Then comes next, the legal provision connected with the employee stock option scheme or the employee stock option plan is section 62 of the Companies Act 2013. Section 62 deals with the provisions regarding issue of equity shares to the employees. Not only stock option plan, I narrated this, option is a right but not obligation. What is the meaning of this word right but not obligation? If company offer this option, employee may take the option or they may not take. It is left to them. Company cannot force you have to take 100 shares, otherwise we will terminate. Each of the employees should take 100 shares. Like that they cannot force. If employee want, they can take, otherwise they need not, like that. Then next, as per Companies Act, there should be a minimum period of 1 year between grant date and vesting. See, there are two dates here. One would be called grant date. Another date called as vesting date. Grant date, vesting date. This gap, how it is called, you know this gap, that is called vesting period. Now what is vesting period? I narrated in the introductory remark. It is those conditions which should be complied, which should be achieved to get the stock option. For example, if the profit after tax of the company, if that is 250 crores, then each of the employees will get 100 options. The company is having 1000 employees. Each of them will get 100 options. Like that, if the company announce, vesting date would be the date on which they reach that 250 crore net profit after tax. So for that, normally they allow a time period, they fix a time period. That period known as vesting period. That period known as vesting period. Then next one, classification, as we discussed a little while ago. Classification of employee share based payment, it could be equity settled. The employees will receive shares on fulfillment of vesting condition. Vesting condition, the condition which they should achieve so that they get the employee share based payment. That is called vesting condition. Then cash settled, the employee shall receive cash based on the price or value of enterprise's share. The employee shall receive cash based on the price or value of enterprise's shares. Equity settled with cash alternative, the enterprise, either the enterprise or the employee will have a choice. They can either get equity share or they can get the cash payment. Like that the company will give them choice. Invariably one example is there for cash settled plan, that is called SAR, shortly called stock appreciation rights. The shortly it is called SAR. SAR, that stands for short stock appreciation rights. That means the appreciation in the share price, that alone will be paid to employees. In cash they will pay. In cash means through bank channel. So that is cash settled. Sometimes the equivalent amount of share they may pay to employees. It all will be linked to some conditions which they have to achieve, which they have to fulfill, so that the employees become entitled to the stock option, like that. So now let us go to some of the very important terms. Many of them I already used and explained also. So this will be very easy to finish. First terminology, option. What is the meaning of this word option? It is a right but not obligation on the part of employees. So these options entitle them to get shares. Basically they are financial instruments. So these are rights but not obligation. So it is not an obligation for employee to get the shares of company. It is a right. If they want, they can get. If they don't want, they need not. They need not apply for the shares. These are rights but not obligation granted to employees as per terms of employee share based payment plan. Then next, grant issue of option to the employees under an employee stock option scheme. After due approval, if suppose there is an approval, statutory approval required before they announce the employee share based payment plan, after the approval if they announce, that is called grant. The date on which they announce this, that would be called grant date. So what is grant date? The date on which the company management offer the option scheme to the employees. At grant date, the enterprise confer, which means they give literally, confers on the employee the right to cash or shares of the enterprise on compliance with vesting condition. That kind of a date called grant date. Then vesting, we already said, it is the process by which the employees become eligible to get the stock options. It is the process by which an employee become eligible to get the stock options of the company. The date on which the employees become eligible, that would be called vesting date. The date on which the employees become eligible is known as vesting date. This date called as vesting date. Let us go to the next. Vesting period, the time period between grant date and the date on which all specified vesting conditions satisfied. I told already in the previous slide, the time period allowed to comply with the vesting condition, that time period called vesting period. They can put vesting condition like continuous employment. If the employee remain in service for a continuous period of 3 years, 1000 stock options will be given. Then for the sake of getting that 1000 stock options, the employee may remain in service. It is that sort of condition. So that is vesting condition. So now when they can decide on the eligibility? Only at the end of that 3-year period. Then only if the employee remain in service, then only they will get that. So for that the period allowed should be 3-year period. In the example I said vesting period. Then next, vesting condition. Just now I was saying this. So these are conditions that must be satisfied to become entitled to receive cash or shares. So that condition, number of examples are there. Profit target, turnover target, turnover target, number of years of employment target. Like that they can give different condition. You need not worry, question will give this. So you can feel very happy about it. Exercise. This means making an application by employee to the company for issue of shares against the option. The period within which the employee should exercise the right is called exercise period. Even after becoming eligible, see the kindness of management and companies, they give 1 year time to use that option and get share. That type of a period called exercise period. Exercise price, the price at which employee should get shares. This is not bonus issue. Shares are not given free of cost. Rather, shares are given at concessional value. If the market price is 120, company may give it at 70, company may give it at 90. That sort of concession. So, that 70 or 90 is exercise price. The price for which the shares are offered. The price payable by employees for exercising the option granted in pursuance of ESOP, Employee Stock Option Plan, is called as exercise price. We already said ESPP means Employee Stock Purchase Plan. When the company issues shares to public, one portion of the shares are preserved for employees. The portion what they preserve, like a quota system, that portion preserved will be called Employee Stock Purchase Plan. Now lapse, another important word, lapse is cancellation. The term lapse refer to cancellation of option. Both vested options and unvested options may lapse. Lapse of vested option would mean cancellation after becoming eligible. Lapse of vested option, that means vested means they become eligible. After that, if the option lapse, for example, after becoming eligible, that employee died, probably they come to know about company, something like that. That I told for fun sake, leave that. So, employee died after getting the option, that is lapse of vested option, and this is not a transferable right. So, option will be lapsing. Then lapse of unvested option, cancellation before becoming eligible for ESOP. Employee resigned the company and joined the competitor company, assumption. So, that case company cannot complement by giving option also. So, what happens? The option which will otherwise vest to the employee shall automatically lapse. So, this is all relating to lapse, which stands for cancellation. We will continue our discussion regarding this employee share based payment plans in the next learning unit. Thank you.